VBOUT's capability to track so much data from all the different channels that you operate on unleashes a whole world of segmentation that you can really drill down into all your contacts in details and create different segments to target for different purposes. To create your segments on VBOUT, you're going to go to your contacts on the left, audiences from the top, and here you're going to see all your available created audiences. For instance, I have a list of everybody who's opened emails in the past and the last time it was updated. There's a drop down here that lets me refresh, export. I can make a copy and of course edit or delete. If I go ahead and create a fresh audience, I'm going to create one of those that have in their email perhaps Richard, or they have Gmail. So Gmail emails, here we go. I can either drill down to a specific list. I can drill down to multiple lists. So let's say I just want to go look up master list and expo. Or I can simply keep it on all lists to drill through the entire database. There's an and and or condition, and this really helps if you have a couple of rules or more than two, and you want this to return only those that match both or all conditions or match any one of these conditions. Quite different, okay? Now here, the data set I've covered briefly in the past, but it's really, really important to understand how data is laid out in VBOUT. We have something called contact data, which includes things like field values, and these are all the things that I've actually filled out in my lists, imported and created on my forms. First engagement is the first time a person came over and engaged with your ecosystem, whether they visited your web page, filled out a form, opened an email. That's what a first engagement is. Last engagement also gets updated constantly based on what they do. Sign updates, lead status and score, if they have a specific tag on their profile, if they joined specific lists or did not join specific lists. Then I have broken down the engagement on the website, and that needs our tracking to be installed and properly configured. Things like if they visited your blog or they visited pricing, if they clicked on specific links or watched specific YouTube videos. So you can really get a lot of that stuff returned back into the results. We have our landing page segmentation, like page views, and any links on your pages will be pulled in as well. So if I am to just look up, for example, here I can see every single URL on the page and literally just pull all your leads that clicked on any of these links. Differentiate between the landing page engagement and link clicks here and your website engagement and the links clicked there, okay? Two different things. Then I also have my email engagement. Anything they do with your emails that you sent out through VBOUT, whether these emails are automated. And I want you to really pay attention to these labels because I have things as newsletter, A/B testing, draft, or newsletters that were sent, or even I have automation templates that I've sent out. So these are two types of emails, either newsletter or automated email messages, right? And these labels will help you determine which one you're trying to track. Then I have SMS links. If you use our SMS with Twilio, any link you put in there will track the click for you. Browser push through us as well, and I'll cover that in depth. An amazing channel for you to kind of set up. Very easy, takes a couple of minutes. Automations, webinars. So if you have, let's say, all the webinars synced over here, I can tell you who attended what. General filters by UTM, and this is super powerful for attribution purposes. We use this heavily to tell us who came from a YouTube campaign, an AdWords campaign, and other different channels. And if you have e-commerce, obviously there's a lot more here you can uncover, like if they ordered a specific product or if they visited a specific product. If they have a lifetime value of over 1,000 or whatever lifetime value, this allows you to create loyalty campaign groups, VIPs, and so on. And if you have some products with expiry date, we can actually track which clients and which orders have upcoming expiry dates. And this also translates in our automation, so you can send product expiration reminders and a lot of powerful emails really around the product details. So these are all the data that we track and a lot more to come. In this example, I'm going to dive deeper into the fields values because this taps into all the data within VBOUT. For example, I've created something called a master list. And inside that master list, I have a first name, a deal, company name, and all that stuff. So I can go ahead and say, give me a list of everybody whose first name includes, let's just do contains, Rich. I could have added more just to show you a little bit how this drop down works on the field values. If I don't choose a list, there's a default fields option. These are all the default fields we have preloaded for you. You can choose from here, or if you want to drill down by list, you can simply choose that list. One thing you'll note, if I have my fields created as drop downs, you see the filter here is different, right? If I have it as a text field, it's a contain option with greater, smaller, and so on. If it's a date field, like when would you like to start, I have a whole lot more to tap into. For example, I can say is after a specific date, is before a specific date, and I can even compare two dates from each other. Okay. So this is why I always preach setting up your proper data architecture. This way, when you're doing this kind of segmentation, drilling down into all your different audiences and segments, you're literally choosing the proper fields and also doing the proper conditions. So this is it. In this example, I call them Gmail emails. So let's just go ahead and choose, I can do default fields, type in email, and say the email contains Gmail. That's it. It's processing. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes depending on your database size. And all your results will be displayed under your contact section right in here. So by simply clicking on Gmails, I'll be able to see anybody in the database that has Gmail in it. So that was quite fast. The results are returned. Not only I can filter them here, but also sending out emails are available to these segments.